The real math of wealth. Why 90% of investors get it wrong. Most people treat investing like they're picking a favorite football team. You're either on the side of bricks and mortar or you're on the side of the ticker tape. You've heard the arguments at every family barbecue. One person says, "You can't touch a stock, but you can touch a house." The other says, "Real estate is just a headache. Give me a dividend check any day." But here's the problem. 90% of people are arguing about the wrong things. They're looking at the surface, what I call the social math. They're not looking at the hidden math that actually determines if you retire wealthy or just tired. Today, we're going to follow two different paths. One taken by Leo, who wants an empire he can see, and one by Sam, who wants an empire that works while he sleeps. By the end of this, the gap between their bank accounts and their stress levels will make your stomach drop. Let's set the stage. Leo and Sam are identical on paper. Same age, same city, and they both managed to save $50,000. Leo decides he's going to be a landlord. He finds a modest 3-bedroom house for $250,000. Now, Leo doesn't have $250,000, but he doesn't need it. He uses his $50,000 as a 20% down payment and borrows the rest from the bank. This is leverage. He's using the bank's money to control a massive asset. His mortgage is roughly $1,330 a month, and he finds a tenant who pays $1,800. On a napkin, Leo sees $470 a month in profit before spending $1 on anything else. He feels like a genius. He drives past the house and thinks, "I own that." Meanwhile, Sam takes his $50,000 and drops it into a total stock market index fund. No leverage, no bank, just $50,000 buying a tiny piece of thousands of companies. He sets up an automatic $300 monthly contribution and literally forgets his password. His friends aren't impressed. He doesn't have a story to tell at dinner parties. Here is where the 90% get it wrong. They fall in love with that $470 rent check, but they forget about the ghost costs. For the first 2 years, Leo is winning. But in year 3, reality hits. Property taxes go up. Insurance ticks up. Then the water heater dies. $1,200. A few months later, the roof starts leaking. $200, $800. Suddenly, a tenant moves out, and the house sits empty for a month while Leo pays for cleaning and real estate. When Leo sits down to do his real math after 3 years, he realizes his profit isn't $16,000. It's more like $2,000. And he's doing all the management himself, answering calls at 10 p.m. and showing the house on his Saturdays. Leo hasn't just bought an investment. He's bought a part-time job he isn't getting paid for. Now let's check on Sam. Sam's life is incredibly boring. He logs in once a quarter and sees the number go up, then down, then back up a little. It doesn't feel like anything is happening. But Sam has one thing Leo doesn't. Zero friction. Sam didn't have to fix a toilet. He didn't have to chase anyone for a check. While Leo was stressed out in August because the HVAC system failed, Sam was at the beach. This is the psychological math. Most investors forget to value their own time and their own peace of mind. Sam is letting the brightest minds in the world's biggest corporations work for him, while Leo is working for his tenant. Let's fast forward 20 years. This is the moment of truth. Leo's house has appreciated. It's now worth nearly $500,000. His mortgage is almost gone, and his equity is massive. He is, by all accounts, a wealthy man, but his journey was a marathon of repairs, turnovers, and debt. Sam's portfolio, thanks to that boring 10% average return and his steady contributions, is sitting at roughly $450,000. Look at the result. They ended up in the same ballpark. But look at the cost. Leo worked for his wealth. Sam waited for his. Leo had risk concentration. If that one neighborhood went bad, his whole net worth went with it. Sam was diversified and had liquidity. If he needed money tomorrow, he could click a button and have it. And here's the deep twist. If Sam had increased his contribution by just $200 a month, his portfolio would have jumped to $600,000. In the stock market, adding more money has a multiplied effect through compounding. In real estate, adding more usually means buying another house and doubling your workload. Real estate isn't a bad investment. It's a powerful tool if you want to run a business, use tax shelters like depreciation or house hack. But it is not passive. The 90% fail because they pick a side based on what sounds cool at a dinner party instead of running the numbers for their own life. So before you sign that mortgage or open that brokerage account, ask yourself, are you looking for a trophy to brag about? Or are you looking for freedom? Because the math says you can have both, but only one of them lets you sleep through the night. Thanks for watching. Keep it simple, but go deep.